Hi Sagittarius, this is your October 2020 reading. Never late is better. I was planning on doing this at a different time and space, but I'm learning to work with energy versus try to force it. So here is your October 2020 reading. We're going to get right into it. The structure of my readings for this month has been using one tarot deck to get to know the theme of your month, and then evolving that story by probing with different cards. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know if you were leaving something behind. Don't know if you are leaving something behind, but let's see. Reading is for Sagittarius for the month of October. All messages are for their highest good. What is the theme of their month? Also, these readings are timeless, so whenever you get them and it resonates, please feel free to take it. I also forgot to introduce myself. My name is Gem Stone. I do my tarot readings on TikTok and mustered up the courage to do so on YouTube. The Ten of Pentacles. So maybe what you're leaving behind emotionally is because of you wanting to build something externally, get to your forever place externally. Yeah, I feel like this is confirmation on that. Sagittarius, what is their theme of the month? There was also the Ace of Cups that tried to come out. What is the theme of their month? What is the theme of the month for Sagittarius? What is the theme of their month for Sagittarius? I gave myself a manicure and I couldn't pick what color was best. So I just decided to do both of them. All right, what is the theme of the month for Sagittarius? Giving yourself a manicure and receiving it are two different experiences. Let me just be the one to say that. All right, so we have the Hanged Woman at the bottom of the deck. That is Neptune energy. Yes, it is. Oh, we got the Two of Pentacles as your theme. All right, let's probe some more. The Two of Pentacles as the theme for Sagittarius. We are here to probe, to get some more insight as to what exactly, or what could be, not exactly, but what could be happening. Add to our story. Temperance almost came out, which is the Sagittarius card. And that could be what is needed, your own energy in the situation. Another Ace of Swords. I wonder if that is really what is needed. All right. Let's get some more information on the Two of Pentacles as the theme for Sagittarius. Can we get some more insight? The Sun came out. So the energy that I'm feeling, although you might be in an indecisive movement, in an indecisive time, There are a lot of positive cards that are coming out, and it feels like a movement of progression. We have 8, and before it was the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like this is very uplifting and very indicative of Jupiter energy, just being abundant. But while there's abundance, there's also, on the other end, exaggeration. So it could be an exaggeration of complications or struggles and not actual. Oh wow, and we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. Wonder what that could mean. Guess we'll find out. What do Sagittarius need to know? Probing for the 2 of Pentacles. For the 2 of Pentacles, I'll put it here. So good. We have some space. The 2 of Pentacles. What is it here to show us? At the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. The 2 of Pentacles, we have the 8, that again, 8 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, Temperance, wow, and the Knave or Page of Wands. What I'm feeling is you experienced something that was not pleasant, and it led you to have to protect yourself in some way. And it could be that you were vulnerable, and that vulnerability left you feeling exposed, and this is why you're safeguarding yourself. 2 9s on top of each other. Interesting. Guarding yourself to protect yourself. This is out of, it's very, very self that I'm feeling. But here's your card. It feels like this would be helpful as opposed to something that is being experienced. This feels like what is happening, and this feels like what would be helpful. So here, practicing some balance. Practicing some balance will allow you to walk into this fresh start with more of a level head versus you holding on. Jupiter is an abundant card. It gives because it knows it will receive. And when we hold on, that is the opposite. It's very scarce. It has a scarce energy, and the result will not be for you to receive. So by closing yourself off, these 9 of Pentacles, these 9 cups won't get to accumulate because you are protecting yourself and closing yourself off. And it's interesting too that we're leaving the 8, and it could be for the 9. And it feels like your self-fulfillment will, it comes in the form of some form of tangible. It feels very money oriented. Or it feels money oriented. It feels money oriented. And what's going to get you into this energy is you building this. And this is probably why you are holding on to it. But you holding on to it, just like money in a shoebox, for example, you can't multiply it because it's not active. It's almost hoarded versus it being in a bank. Although the bank there's a lot of politics, but just for the purpose of this example, it being in a bank, you have the opportunity to receive interest on your money versus you holding on to it. Let's probe. Let's probe. Let me use this deck. Let's probe. What story is presenting itself before us? The Hanged One. From all these decks, because it's at the bottom of this one. You got it from the other one and here. There's it feels like a need for you to change your perspective. You need to loosen up. Let me not say need, but maybe loosening up would be helpful at this time. 7 of Pentacles. Maybe loosening up may be helpful at this time for you to get it, what it is that you want. The Lovers came out. Let's break this up. Maybe loosening up. Because it gives me that Temperance energy of having some form of balance versus being too directed in one direction. Creating more of a holistic approach versus, so, and it, like, when I said that, where is it? The Seven of Wands came out. So I don't know if you're defensive towards even having some form of balance. But look at that. The Four of Pentacles. A lot of confirmations in this reading. And it fell on the fresh start. And that could be what's impeding it. Like what's preventing it from manifesting at this time. You trying to control something that you can't control. Judgment. Yeah, that feels like clarification to what I just said. It feels like you are holding on to something that you cannot control, even though you removed yourself from something else. It feels like now that you had this loss, you don't want to lose again. You don't want to be open again. You don't want to be hurt again. And this could be that you had maybe your money in a stock market. You lost some money and now you're like, nope, I am going to hold on to this. But risk is involved, Sagittarius. I was going to call you Sag. I don't know if we're on that level where I can start calling you Sag. But loss is involved with risk, and risk is involved with life. A safe life. Here she is again. I don't know if you're defensive towards that concept of balance and the duality of win and lose, and even just the idea that your losses are not really losses, but that's really wanted to be seen. Yeah, there's a need to change something. We got the Hangman in all the decks. We have change here, and the Four of Pentacles energy that just feels very heavy. It feels like there's a need for you to change a perspective. A way that you're currently seeing something is not in its highest form, and it's actually holding you back, holding you from what it is that you want to move towards, which is this, the Ace of Pentacles. So if we look at all the cards are upright, but I'm holding it in the opposite direction. So all the cards were in this direction and the Ace of Pentacles was in this direction. This feels like your goal. And you are capable of achieving that. Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, but acting, double confirmation, but acting as, or holding on, let's say, because you're not acting, you're doing. You're actively holding on to things that you have that can multiply. I'm not saying to go and throw all your money in the stock market, but holding on to things that you can't control and things that will actually bring you what it is that you want will not get you where you want to go. I get the vibe of having your cake and eat it too. Never really understood that saying in terms of how it's said, because who gets cake to not have it? I don't get that part, but I understand the concept of you wanting to have both sides and not practice this idea of, or the concept and principle of wholeness. It feels very indulgent. It feels very one-sided, very unbalanced. All right, so what we're going to do is let's look at Temperance. I feel the need to look at this Four of Pentacles. Let's look at the Four of Pentacles. Hold on, the shuffling period is, and it has you feeling all tied up. It's holding you back and it's self-inflicted. It is self-inflicted. And the very thing you don't want to do, which is collaborate, may be exactly what is needed from you at this time. Jeez. All right, let's get into this. We're going to clarify the cards that came out. Or let's not say clarify, but we're going to probe a little bit more and add to the story that is before us. Starting with the Four of Pentacles, then Temperance, then the Eight of Cups, and then the Knave of Wands. Starting with the Four of Pentacles, what is Sagittarius holding back on? What, like, can you give us more insight as to what led to this moment here? Or just more insight on this moment of being totally closed off. The crown chakra is closed. The heart is closed. The root is closed. You are an entity on your own. It feels very egoic. It feels very, very separate, very Mars. Okay, no, seriously. At the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. I've been using this deck today, and this has consistently been at the bottom. And as you saw, I shuffled the deck. Very, very fascinating. So this green light, I did today Libra, Pisces, and Sagittarius. You all have this movement forward, this fresh start. How this manifested for each is very different, but you have a fresh start. There's a fresh start on the horizon. It is there. Now let's see what is preventing that from manifesting, or for preventing it from being a harmonious transition from where you are now to getting there. Let's see. Starting with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Pentacles. Oh, and I think about the Lovers, and it brings me back to the Eight of Cups. So I feel already this involves a person. Yep. Okay. What I'm feeling is that your feelings were hurt because of this person that is fated. Okay. The Six of Cups is a fated circumstance. This is something that you have no control over. This is something that you have no control over. And I think of the pentacle covering the heart. And you could be more focused on money right now because that is something that maybe you're good at, and your feelings and being vulnerable is not something that you're comfortable or familiar with. And so therefore you're moving away from growing in this emotional space because it hurts, and moving towards doing something that you're good at. So what I feel is that there was a change in a relationship, and maybe you being the fire sign were the immature one in this situation. And maybe this energy here is them leaving. They have that wand. Maybe it's you. I guess we'll see. But it feels like because of this change in a soulmate type of connection, because here's that patience. So there's a sense of waiting. Even though they're pentacles, that feels connected to this. There's a sense of waiting. There's a sense of waiting. Maybe for this energy to mature. Maybe for this energy to mature and have a strong direction for where it wants to go. There's a sense of waiting. And this waiting period has you, this could be you, this could be them, feeling like you need to close yourself off. It has you impatient and actually kind of frustrated and bitter. Is the word bitter? Yeah, it's bitter. The word is bitter. Okay, so let's see. Whoa, and she comes flying out. Okay. Yeah, this feels like you. This feels like you. Needing to mature a little bit more. Needing to mature just a tad bit more. The reason I say that is because look who comes out. The Queen of Wands for the Eight of Pentacles. The Devil. Temperance again. And the Six of Wands. I feel like I feel like they left, actually. I feel like they left because they are aware of what they deserve. And maybe they recognize that it was codependent and it was heavy. And there was some need to practice balance, which is something that I feel you're not for. So again, this could be you, Sagittarius, or this could be the person that you're dealing with. And this energy could be you, the one leaving the situation. But regardless, let me go to a more fluid way of explaining this. Someone removed themselves from a connection that was fated and feels meant to be because they know what they deserve and they weren't receiving that in this connection with this immature energy where they want to be what it is that this person wants, but they are not there yet. They're not there yet. And there's a similarity between the two. It can almost feel like, no, it doesn't feel like that. I was going to say that this is her looking at herself in the future, but it feels like someone external looking at someone else. And maybe in this connection, one admired the other, but what I'm feeling is that turned into a toxic vibe that required some form of balance. And the balance was for the confident energy that knows itself to remove itself. And it feels like it's for a time period, but it's meant for you to work on yourself, or for the other energy that is remaining in the situation to work on itself. But what is it doing? It's holding a pity party for itself. It's holding a pity party for itself, and it's preventing growth from taking place. Ultimately, again, we have the Ace of Wands, so there will be a fresh start. But again, we're looking at the succession towards harmony and what that looks like. Okay, so now let's clarify Temperance. We have the Sun, we have the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the King of Cups. So eventually clarity will be had for the person that is stubborn. But I don't know if this is going to happen when it's too late. Where it's too late. I don't know if this is going to happen when it's too late. I don't know. But this energy feels stubborn. It feels stubborn. Yeah, this is... This energy feels really stubborn. What am I feeling? This could be indicative of a third-party situation, but I'm not feeling that energy. In fact, it feels like this is what this character wants. But this feels like this energy, actually. So maybe this is not you, Sagittarius. It could be you, but maybe it's not. And the reason why I'm saying maybe it's not is because this is more fiery energy. She's holding a wand. So this could be you removing yourself from a situation. And this energy here is who you're dealing with, a very stubborn person. Or let me stop using the very and so words because things are just what they are. So this could be you or this could be them. This feels like the other character. This feels like this person here. Stubborn. My goodness. They're stubborn towards this, even though it's what they want. Even though it's what they want. And I wonder, what I'm feeling is that they think that okay, so this stubborn energy could be accusing the other energy of cheating, of being outside of their relationship. They're thinking of it feels like they're thinking of the worst things, like the worst case possible. In reference to their lover or the person that they want to be with, they're thinking of the worst things that could happen with them. Eventually, there will be some form of I want to say light shed into this person's mind to practice this. But I feel like in this extreme energy with them not getting their way, they're thinking not that it's because they're immature, but that the person that they want has someone else. And that does not feel like the case. That does not feel like the case. So let's just to recap before we do the last one, which is the Knave of Wands. We have two different energies on the board. We have a confident, vivacious energy that knows its worth and can recognize when things are not in its highest good or for its highest good. So it can recognize disharmony. And this energy was feeling that. And the reason why it removed itself from this connection was because it wasn't being treated the way it felt it needed to be treated. Or yeah, it feels like that. Because they weren't feeling treated properly. They were not feeling that way. Now, this is a separate energy. And this energy feels more immature. But here in this energy, we see that the connection between the two people involved is a fated connection that needed to die or transform. Let's use that word, transform in the way that it did. But this is why this person is so grumpy, because things ended and they're not happy about it. And they maybe want to wait. They are waiting, or they're being asked, like they need to wait. I feel like it's more of the latter. They need to wait. They need to wait. But because this person feels very stubborn and self-righteous almost, they don't recognize that they are the immature person here in this energy. Like they're immature. They're being immature. And this just feels like an immature, impulsive person that acts before they think. Now with the Temperance, that this energy is very much against. Every time I spoke about it, the Seven of Wands came out and it just felt defensive, like, no, I don't want to do that. That energy of Temperance is going to be had after this person hurts themselves with their mind, thinking about what the person that they want to be with could be doing or is doing because they're not with them. Instead of seeing that it could be because of their nature, them vibrating at this low vibe, instead they want to believe that it's because they're with someone else and this is why they're not with them. But eventually, clarity, light will be shone to have this energy understand that it's not that way. Because again, there is this movement forward. So I guess we'll see where that's going with this Knave of Pentacles. Knave of Wands. Can we get some clarification? Okay. This is nice. This is nice. Okay. This is nice. So this King of Cups is going to start to work on their emotions, is what I'm feeling. They're going to start to work on their emotions. Again, this connection feels like it's faded. It feels like it's faded. It feels like it's faded. But here, they're going to work on themselves. This energy is going to loosen up and it's going to work on themselves. It's going to recognize its position in terms of its emotional intelligence, which is not very... let's not judge it. But a page is the lowest court card, and then the king is its highest. So what I'm already feeling is that this person feels like this is where they are, But in reality, this is where they are. And it's fine. Now that they are aware of where they are, they can work on strengthening what it is that they have going on. And one thing that's being strengthened is their intuition. One thing is their intuition. Their intuition is being strengthened. We have this loosening up of energy here with the world. This releasing of structure. Or forming it, but in a more loose sense. Towards getting what it is that they want. This is the Six of Pentacles, but it feels like it's getting closer to the Six of Cups here. And the energy that reminds me of it is just the idea that they're building and now they're in a place where they can give. And this is going to take them closer to where they want to be. The reason for this is because we're going from a very tight energy to a giving energy. And what I'm feeling right now is that the reason why this, or a possible reason for why this person is leaving is because this person was selfish. Like, this is indicative of their nature in that connection. They were selfish and they were all about themselves. And the change in perspective is to give and loosen up. This Sagittarius, whoa, I called you Sag, we're on a different level. Sagittarius, this was your reading for October. Please let me know below if this resonated with you. And if it did, please don't forget to subscribe down below. Like this video. Just give me something to let me know that you enjoyed this or this is content that you'd like to see from me. Again, my name is Gemstone. I'm not sure if I introduced myself in the beginning because I did just get into it. My name is Gemstone. I will be continuing tarot readings here on YouTube. I initially came from TikTok. And yeah, this was interesting. It kind of got me out of this low vibe into a more spicy, energetic feeling. So if this is you, please loosen up. It will be for your greater good. If this is you, you did the right thing in removing yourself. But again, yeah, you did the right thing in removing yourself. That's really all that I have to say for that energy. And understand that the stubborn energy is just learning itself. It's not intended to be hurtful. If it was, it's learning itself. And in learning itself, it's kind of volatile. So have that in mind if it's not. Take care, and I'll see you in your November reading.